mentioned too before, right on his ear. I mean, what did you exactly see, and how much what did you see?
Not a lot. I mean, kind of like where maybe you cut your head, and it did not seem to be coming from his ear. It seemed to be coming from above his ear. But it could have been any.
Gosh.
It could have been. He could have been tackled in such a way that he cut himself. It could be Secret Service agents' blood on their hands that got transferred to him. I didn't know what it was, but it didn't appear to be overly serious when taken in combination with his defiant attitude and his fist pump. I think he wanted to let us know he was all right.
How shocked were you? I mean, you're getting ready to go to the RNC. I mean, everyone's mind was on the excitement of that rally.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Pops. And it's, what a lot of people is their biggest fear when they come to a big event like this.
Well, I can't say it's one of mine. I as separated as we are politically in this country, I am not one who thinks that we're on the verge of hostilities. I didn't think that I would ever see anything like this happen. And even like my initial reaction was, it's a joke, it's a prank. And it was only when I saw the actions being taken by the Secret Service that it became apparent that it wasn't.
They were able to move in pretty quickly. You can see the snipers up on the roof. At this point, we're hearing that the possible, suspect or person was killed, and then a person also that was at the rally was killed.
I'm sorry about one, I'm not sorry about the other. Tremendous wake-up call for our country. This can't be condoned, it can't be tolerated. And, we have a very open society. We have a very open political discourse. It should never include violence. Never. Any groups that espouse violence, there should be no tolerance for it.
Last thing, when people were moving out before the Secret Service cleared us out too, did you talk to anybody and kind of what are people out here saying? Are they nervous? Are they scared?
Very many people were upset. I had the whole gamut of emotions, from being upset to prayer, to concern, to anger, to shock. I think I saw it all.
Are you going to the RNC still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fully expect to see President Trump on the stage on Thursday accepting the nomination.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. I'm glad you're okay. So that's what we're hearing out here on the ground, but definitely many people are still shaken up, as you can expect, trying to figure out what happened. And we also have the mayor, Bill, if you guys want me to talk with him right now. The mayor, I know you guys were trying to get him earlier.
Yeah,
I think they were talking to you on the phone. All right, so tell me, you were up on the stage, you were near the former president. What happened?
I was actually with the president about 15, 20 minutes before that awful thing occurred. And my wife and I and my family were seated front row. I just left the stage, and obviously a complete 180. We all came in here with smiles and hope for the future. And what's happened today, I'm speechless over. All I can think of right now is that this is representative of the vitriol and the hate that a lot of people in the United States seem to have for people with conservative ideas and principles behind them. And I'm just sorry that it's come to that, and I'm sorry that it's come to that here in Butler County.
Where were you standing when the former president ended up hitting the ground there, right behind that podium?
Donald's there. I was standing right on the barrier to the left of the stage, front row. And at first I heard that first crack. I started to look around. I thought it couldn't possibly have been a round. I thought for sure it might have been a firecracker. But I looked at my wife, who's a state police officer, and I pushed it down on the ground. And the second one, it sounded to me like it might have been a 22 round or something similar to it. And I asked her if she thought it sounded like a 22. She said yes. We just yelled for everybody to get down on the ground and to stay down to allow the Secret Service and law enforcement to do what it is they had to do. We weren't really quite sure what was happening. And unfortunately, just a few feet behind me, there was an unfortunate individual who lost his life to this maniac.
Did you see the person who was shot?
I did see some of that. Of course, I didn't see the shot itself, but I did.
So you turn around, so you push your wife down, you look around for your family, you take cover yourself, you see the president get back up, get that fist pump, you turn around and you see somebody in the crowd that get shot.
They were shot. They were on the bleachers, and it was just a really sad thing to witness. And unfortunately, I understand that individual lost their life.
Was it a man? Was it a woman? What did you see?
From what I saw, was that there was a gentleman there who again was shot, and very sad just to witness that. I can't I can't think or imagine what his friends and family must be feeling right now, thinking he was coming here to go and enjoy a day with fellow Republicans, and would end up losing his life. And my thoughts and my prayers go out to his family.
You know all the local officials. I mean, this was federal, state, local. Are all out here responding to this, and they responded quick. Have you heard from any of your partners in the law enforcement area here in Butler County, and what are they saying?
I've heard from a couple individuals, but I just want to say, unfortunately this time I don't want to comment on anything I might have heard because I don't want anything to be shared that might make it more difficult for law enforcement professionals to get to the bottom of it, and I certainly don't want to make their job any harder. So, this time I'm going to say that I know everything that you know, ma'am, and keep it at that.
But you are hearing that it was definitely gunshots that were fired.
That's what I'm hearing, and from my own experience, and I did spend some time in the Marine Corps. My wife's a police officer, my father-in-law's a retired police officer, my brother-in-law's a police officer. We know the sound of gunfire, how we see it, and from what I've witnessed and the blood on the ground, it seems that certainly is the case, and it's just a disgusting thing to have had to happen today.
This was a huge day for you. As the mayor of a tiny area here, to have a big rally in Butler County. You were excited to have the former president out here. Did you get to talk to him much?
I did. I got to spend a few minutes with him, and I was elated. I just been able to talk with him, my wife and I. Again, just 15, 20 minutes before the shots were fired, and we had a pleasant conversation. And he was kind enough to even say that I watched you and you did a good job. And I thought, wow, how great that was, that feeling. And then of course, the feeling now is indescribable. As I'm feeling something completely opposite from what it was that we felt in that tent with him, and the smile that was on his face turned to chaos and despair. Certainly did.
And then stay with us just for a second. Bill, Shannon, I don't know if you have any specific questions you want us to ask the mayor, since you guys were trying to call him too.
Yeah, the only thing, Alexis, that we're trying to clarify